If you're an equipment manufacturer or distributor or trader, then after-sales service is of primary importance in your business. Ensuring that equipment sold by you are repaired well in time and maintained well in advance to ensure that there is absolutely no downtime of your equipment at the customer end is once again paramount importance for any company which does after-sales service of their equipment. The most crucial step or the most important activity in an after-sales service business is to ensure that you make the customers report the problem or the breakdown without any hassles. Now, what if I tell you customers anywhere in the globe, any time of the day, whether they have systems or applications knowledge or not, can create a service call or can create a service ticket or report their problem by just scanning a QR code. Yes, this is very much possible in SAP Business One. Hi, my name is Raman and I'm from a company called Emerging Alliance, an authorized channel partner for SAP doing SAP implementations globally. In my experience of working with more than 100 plus service-oriented companies, I have seen a lot of requirements for automating service processes. Not only have we successfully implemented SAP B1 solutions for automating service processes, but also ensures that the business grows to the next level by using SAP Business One and the service automations that we have put to use. Now, let's see how the solution works. In a very simple and straightforward language, a customer using an equipment sold by you has a problem. Now, whenever he encounters a problem, he tries to find out a QR code which is stuck or available on the machine. He scans the QR code, he's pointed to a URL, which when he clicks, creates an OTP for authentication. Once the OTP is qualified and submitted, a service ticket is automatically created in SAP Business One. Not only that, the auto-created service call also has an auto-assigned technician. Once the service call is created in SAP Business One, the technician basically receives an alert and he further contacts the customer to book an appointment, goes to the customer, solves the issue and gets it signed off from the customer and closes the service call. Now, this is in short how the entire solution works. We'll definitely go in detail to understand how this entire solution is built and configured in SAP Business One to execute the service call seamlessly. The first step in the entire solution is to create the content required, the QR code, which the customer is going to scan if they have a problem or if they have a breakdown. This starts all the way from the production process if you are a manufacturing company. That is, if you are a manufacturing company, once the equipment is manufactured and produced at the end, you assign a serial number to it, which is unique. If you're a distributor or trader, it goes all the way back to receiving or doing a GRPO on SAP Business One, where the serial number is recorded in SAP Business One system when you invert the material and move it to its location in the warehouse. Irrespective of you being a manufacturer or distributor, once you invoice the equipment to a customer, you basically ensure that you pick a serial number which goes into the invoice. Meaning to say, the machine which moves out of your factory has a serial number assigned to it. Now, when you create your invoice in SAP Business One, you can also print the QR code, which consists of the serial number, the item code, and if required, even the customer name to whom it goes. This label printed out of SAP Business One can be stuck anywhere in the machine. Ensure that you have multiple stickers can be stuck anywhere in the machine. Now remember, when your invoice is printed and the QR code labels are printed, SAP Business One also creates the equipment card at the backend. Now, these are all the steps to ensure that the serial number and the data required to go into the QR code label is generated and kept ready in the SAP Business One system. The next major information that you want to know would be the QR code generation. When it comes to QR code generation, ensure that the size of your QR code label is optimized. Now, what do I mean by that? You might have equipments, machine or device which might be of varying sizes. Something might be very small, something might be very large. Now, you will have to ensure that you pick the label, QR code label size, which goes well with all your equipments. Never land up in a situation where you have multiple label sizes for different equipments. This will complicate the situation where you will have multiple layouts and sometimes you stick the wrong layout in the wrong machine. So try to keep it simple, one label size for all the equipments. This will also reduce your cost of label, cost of the printer, because you will just have to buy one size of label and printer for all your equipments and machines. Now that you have optimized the QR label size, please make sure that you have enough strategy to manage damaged QR code labels. This damages might happen well within your premises, or it might happen after the equipment or machine has reached at the customer end. So be prepared that you have some extra QR codes shipped along with the machine so that if there is any damages, the customer can have it stock as a substitute or alternate. Worst case, if all the QR codes are damaged, then please ensure that the QR code is printed in the invoice. So they might have damages with the QR code labels on the machine, but still if they have the invoice, they can scan the invoice and create the service call. Now all that we planned for a QR code is good for equipments and machines which are going to go out of your factory after the QR code system is implemented in place. But what happens to the equipments which are already available in the field at the customer end? So do have a plan of how are you going to generate the QR code labels for equipments which are already available in the field. At the same time, there are some businesses where the equipments might be sold by a different distributor and the customer would have changed their service partnership with you. Please plan what are you going to do for those equipments and machines also, because you will not have an invoice level detail at your end. So you will have to generate an equipment card, an isolated equipment card for those equipments wherein you service the equipments which are not sold by you. Now these are some points which you will have to consider and find a solution for when you are going to create the QR code and its label to be used by the customer for creating the service call. The third detailed information is how is SAP Business One configured to handle a scanned QR code information coming inside SAP Business One. Now whenever the customer scans the QR code as the service call posted, the trigger coming into SAP Business One basically enroll an equipment card and a service call. Now a combination of these two creates a service call. So when a service call is created and before it is posted, you will see that the QR code information which has the serial number, the equipment card number, the item code and the customer detail, all these are populated, and if there are any warranty applied to the serial number and item code, even that gets listed, and finally the service call is created. One thing though, the service call when it is created can also have the option of automatically assigning the technician. Now this can be achieved if you tag a technician to a customer. So what happens is when a service call is created for a particular customer, and if there is an active technician assigned to that particular customer master, automatically the technician can also be assigned. But if you want to keep it as a manual option, you can always do it. Once the service call is created, you can either use a dunning option or the SBO mailer option to trigger an automatic mail from SAP Business One to the end customer, confirming that a service call has been created and the respective technician will get in touch with them as early as possible. Now, the final detail is how is this service call executed? On one side, customer receives a mail confirmation that their service call is created and they'll be getting a call from so-and-so technician. The technician also gets an alert on his mobile application. Now these mobile applications come from SAP Business One. So SAP Business One has a service mobile application which works both on Android as well as iOS. So on this mobile application, the service technician basically gets an alert. Once he gets an alert, he can check who is the customer, what's the coordinates of the customer, where are they located, and the nature of the problem, and the machine which has problem, and start contacting the customer and book an appointment to visit them. Once the technician has a confirmed appointment, he can always go to the customer, look at the problem, resolve the problem, have the machine working once again. Once he successfully resolves the problem, he can even get a physical sign-off from the customer on the mobile app, confirming that the technician has successfully closed the problem, and in some cases even receive a feedback. The technician can then close the ticket with creation of a job history or a job card, which once again, after successfully getting posted in SAP, can be auto-mailed to the customer using the SAP dunning capability or the SBO mailer. Now, wherever I mentioned that an automatic mail can be sent to the customers, if people want an SMS option or a WhatsApp option, even that can be worked out. Hope this video gives you a complete overview of how an automated service ticket or a service call can be created in SAP Business One by scanning a QR code and having the customer create a service call completely hassle-free. Now, if you are a company which handles after-sales service and you have a requirement from your customers to create service tickets by scanning a QR code, please do talk to us. We'll be more than happy to help you in establishing a system, or if you have a system which has been implemented but needs to be enhanced in terms of automation, or if you have a system which is not working properly, we'll be more than happy to have a one-on-one discussion with you and have the automated service call system implemented for you. Thank you, and meet you once again in a very interesting video on SAP Business One.